Hey everyone, thanks for clicking on today's video. I am Nay, and on today's video I will be telling you guys about the things to know before moving to the United States of America. Guys, it is imperative that before moving to the United States of America, there are things you are supposed to note, or some little things you're supposed to do before you move into this country. Guys, thank you guys so much from the depths of my heart. I appreciate the love. Thanks for the every like, the every comment, and the every share. Guys, from the depths of my heart, honestly, I am, in fact, I am in awe of the love. Thank you so much. So let's get into today's video. So today's video, I will be telling you about the things you're supposed to know before moving to the USA. And I'm guessing this can also cut across like moving abroad in general. So the first thing on my list is learning how to drive. Guys, it is imperative that you learn how to drive before coming to the United States of America, because once you move here, nobody has that time. Everybody is busy. People have things to do. Like, people are constantly moving around the clock in this country. Like, people are going to work, they have their shifts to catch, they have appointments to catch. So nobody has that time. Nobody has that time to teach you how to drive, guys. Like, that is the first thing I faced when I moved to this country. It was super difficult for me to navigate around, or to carry myself around, because I wasn't driving. So most of the times I had to catch the bus, I had to catch a train, which I hated, because on the train you see all kind of people. Like, it's a crazy experience, but I'm happy I experienced it. Anyways, I digress. Let me come back to what I'm saying. Driving is very essential, guys. Like, you must learn how to drive before moving to the States, because it is very expensive, even paying for the driving classes here. I paid close to about $300 for my driving classes, and it lasted just for a period of a month. And within that month, I went behind the wheel just only 3 times, and those 3 times was just about 30 minutes each. So within the 30 minutes, tell me, guys, like, what can you really learn? Like, I cannot really say for sure. I could not really say for sure that actually I knew how to drive, because they just prepared me only to take that test. And when you take the test, now you come out, you are the one struggling now to figure out things on your own. So it is imperative that you learn driving back home, because I spent close to about $300, which was really expensive. And if you want to convert it to Cameroon money, to CFI, it's going to be 150. I don't know if it's the same amount they pay for driving back home, but at least maybe they pay that same amount, but it is over like the 3 months time frame. But here it was just a month. Anyways, my people from Cameroon, please tell me down in the comment section, like, how many months you take to learn driving back home in Cameroon, and how much they pay for it, so that we can compare and contrast. Anyways, guys, in a nutshell, please learn how to drive, because moving from one place to another, you will not be able. You have to go to work, and going to work, you need a mode of transport. And trust me, during winter, especially during winter, Uber is expensive. Like, you end up paying about $50 to go to work, because they'll tell you that the weather is bad. And $50, if you want to convert it to Cameroon, when it's going to be about 25,000. So to save yourself all that, guys, please learn how to drive, because it is very important. Like, if you're working and every day you have to pay Uber, at the end of the day, what are you saving? You see, at the end of the day, you're saving nothing. So it is of utmost important that you learn how to drive. I guess I will emphasize on this point. So let's move to point number 2. So my second point is, please learn the English language. Okay, I come from Africa, right? And I know in most parts of Africa, like, English is not even their first language. In some countries, they don't even speak English. Like, English is not even like, they don't, like, it's not even a language taught there. It's not their first language. But for me, like Cameroon, English and French is the language I speak, so I really do not have to learn English. But from people who come from Ethiopia, I don't know the other countries, please just list them down in the comment section. There are people that come from countries that zero English. English is not even, like, they have their own language on their own. So it is very important that you learn the English language. And also people from people from Asia, like, I know for a fact that I know they have like English teachers or people that teach them there, but I know that it's also difficult most at times. But those people are wise, sha. I know that most of the times it is always difficult to communicate. Imagine communicating, right? You're talking to somebody and you're trying to get the point across, and they don't understand you. It becomes frustrating, because you're like, you want to make your point clear, or you want to communicate something, but the other person on the other end does not understand what you're saying. So that way it makes communication unsuccessful. And that's why I say it is important that you learn the English language. For example, I had a colleague, he came from Ethiopia, and in Ethiopia, I've forgotten the language that they use there, but they spoke zero, like they don't speak English. Yeah, don't speak English. Like English is not their language in Ethiopia. They have their own language. You know, those people have their own language, they have their own calendar, they have their own whatever that is. But the point is, he knew zero English. So when he moved to the States, he made like 3 years indoors because he could not speak the English language. He was timid. He had to do like small jobs, backdoor jobs that would not necessarily warrant him to speak English or to communicate with people, because if he got to the point of communicating with people, he will not be able to get his point across. So he just had to do those small jobs. So that is another thing. Like, knowing the English language is very, very important if you want to move to this. This is the way you communicate with people at work, and that is another way too in which you can make friends. You get, because if you don't know the English language all the time, you're going to be by yourself. You're going to be secluded, and which is not good. So please do learn the English language. And know their courses in most. I know people offer courses like in all these countries where you can study English. And so please, guys, grab the opportunity, learn how to speak the English language before moving to the States. In Pidgin they say why I'm telling you guys to learn it. It's very important, because imagine, even me myself, when I came here, I'm from Cameroon, like, and we have two languages, like English and French. Even when I came here, I was speaking English. The kind of side eye they were giving me, like I was speaking gibberish. It's like my English was not fluent enough for them. Like my English, like, it's like each time I spoke, they're like, oh, you have an accent, oh, I cannot understand you. So it took me time to be able to like learn how to speak like them. So when I'm with them, I speak like them because I have to get my point across. And especially in work, I came here to make money, so I just have to I learn how to talk to be able to go about my activities and my daily life. So please, I'm gonna tell you this: English is very important if you plan on moving to the USA. So guys, we're going to move to the next point. Point number 3 is your credit score. Guys, I know most of the times we always say we don't like credit, we don't like to borrow, we don't like to take things. Yeah, we don't like to borrow, we don't like to take things on credit. In fact, I am on the same page with you. I don't even know why we are supposed to take things on credit. I don't know why a credit score should matter. But anyways, for those who don't know, the credit score, this is a way lenders, right? This is how lenders know that you are able to pay back your debt if you borrow from them. So this credit score, it is very, very important when it comes to the USA, because if you're going to if you are to rent a house, if you are to lease a house, right, or to lease an apartment, most of the times they check your credit score. Yes, they check your credit score, and if it's not up to a particular percentage, guys, before they even want to give you that house, they are going to add interest on it, because they are not sure if they are taking a risk to rent you their house. So in case you don't pay, at least they know that they have increased your interest, so that way you're going to pay more. And another thing is, if you want to buy a house and if you don't have a good credit score, if you don't even have credits too, like a credit score is going to be a problem. So that is why it is important that you should have a credit card. I'm shaking my head because honestly, I don't like buying on credit, but the way the system is set up here, the way this system is set up, it is imperative that you have a credit card. It's imperative that you have like a good credit score, so that way you can be able to buy a house, you can be able to buy a car. Because if you go to buy a car, if you go to a dealership to buy a car, they will check your credit score, and once they check your credit score, they will know how to do. They will know on if they should give you a higher interest or less, or they should give you an interest rate that is higher, or one that is lesser, depending on your credit score. So it is very important that you have a good credit score. Yeah, guys, like I don't know why I was one of the people who did not even like getting a credit card till somebody took them and explained this to me, and finally I got a credit card. And if you own a credit card, please always make sure you pay on time. Like you learn more on how like the credit score work, so that you'll be able to have like a good credit score. And guys, this takes us now to so our next point, guys, is be valuable. What I mean about being valuable is the fact that take the remaining time that they have left to process your documents, right? Because like if you know that you're coming to the States, you don't just come You don't just come immediately. You don't. It takes a period of time for them to process your paperwork. In the process of processing your paperwork, it is imperative that you use that time to be valuable. What I mean by being valuable is learn a trade. I mean, learn something, like be handy. Learn how to do things with your hands. Be handy. Finish your degree, finish your education, because the truth is, okay, fine, we know that some certificates are not really valuable when they come to the States. Like some degrees, it is not, they don't have like weight when they come to the States, except they are evaluated to see how they are in the American standards. Oh yeah, it's American standards also, yeah, to see how they are in the American standards before they can even consider you for position. For example, if you were a registered nurse back in Cameroon, right, you still have to come here, you still take some courses to be able to, you still have to take some courses and maybe take their own board exam to be able to become a registered nurse here in the States. When it comes to education, it is really, really tricky, because most of the times when you move to the States, you still have to learn their education and things like that. But what I'm saying is, still get those degrees, because after evaluation it might still meet the American standards, or even after evaluation you can still add it to your credits. I mean, you can start schooling in the university, so if you already have those credits, once you're going to university, you're going to be an advantageous point. So it is important that you finish your education. I mean, it's important that you get your degree. Don't just stop school because, oh, you are to move to the United States of America. Finish your education within that time. And another thing about being handy is very important, guys. Like, for most of us that come from Cameroon, I'm going to talk about Cameroon. Like, most of my sisters learn braiding, we learn how to cook, we learn how to bake, we learn deco. These are the things that save most people when they come here, because sometimes when they move into the States, their documents are not processed immediately. It takes a period of time before their documents are processed. During that wait time, what they do is, like, they do braiding, and braiding here is a lot of money. Like, guys, I spent a lot of money for my hair. Like, this is close to about $250 for something that you don't even see. It's a lot of money, guys. So learning how to braid is it's important. Like, that is the easiest that I can think about, because like that is the easiest thing that also brings fast money. Like, people are actually making a living here out of braiding. For example, I have my elder sister that lives here in the States. She told me she does not see herself doing any other thing. She prefers doing braiding because it gives her the money. And maybe she's talking from a point of view because she actually owns her own salon. She owns her own place. Like, so it's easy for her to say that because she sees the money coming in. But in general, I'm going to say that, like, learn a trade. For men, most of the times they do, like, they learn how to shave, barbing. I know of somebody that has built like skyscrapers back home just from shaving, guys. Like, there is a lot of money in being handy. You can learn how to become a technician. I mean, you can learn how to become an electrician. All these small things, guys, like, they need these people here. You have to be valuable. America is never going to, like, America is a place that most of the times they will not give you visas if you're not going to contribute value into their society. So you have to learn how to be valuable. Be handy, guys. Be handy. Some people are always like, oh, I don't think I'm ever going to do like mega jobs or so. Those mega jobs, they pay. I mean, I'm not saying that this is where your life is going to end, but at least this is something that will get you through for a period of time before your documents come, and then you start looking for all the better jobs. But in the beginning, I mean, like, when you come to the States, like those first months or so, those handiworks, they are going to help you. Like, they are going to sustain you. So don't look at any job to be too small or beneath you to be able to learn. Decoration, guys, you don't know how much you even pay for deco here in the States. Deco is super expensive. You move into a hall and you look at the hall, they tell you that, oh, the deco in this hall was done for about $5,000, $8,000. I'm like, I'm just in awe, because that's 2.5 million. Like, that's 2.5 million in francs CFA. So I'm like, wow, being handy is something that is very, very important, guys. Do not even play. Please use that time. Use your time wisely. Learn something. Learn a trade. Anyways, guys, thank you, guys. Thank you all so much. Thank you for the love. Thanks for the support. That's all I had for you on this video. And please do not forget to like. Do not forget to subscribe. And please remember to keep comments down in the comment section. Thank you guys so much. And yeah, see you all on my next one. Bye for now.